Good day, panelists. We are here today to present to you our research title proposal, Chapter 1, which is entitled The Student's Point of View on the Effectivity of Books and Mobile Devices for Learning. Before we start our presentation, let me first introduce myself and my co-members. I am Miss Pagayonan, and my co-members are Mr. Ibarra, Mr. Paharin, Mr. Aguilar, Mr. Bayaka, Mr. Malyari, and Miss Garcia. To start our introduction, here are Mr. Ibarra and Paharin to present.
Our research is about the student's point of view on the effectivity of books and mobile devices for learning. Knowledge can be obtained in various ways. Two of them are by reading books and using mobile devices for searching various information like stories, news, and more. Using books has been a common way of acquiring knowledge since around the 1450s. Nowadays, students use books and mobile devices for gaining knowledge, entertaining themselves, and more. Some parents and teachers of students are new to technology, with their used to using books for gaining knowledge. However, mobile devices have gradually been introduced into the educational system over the past 2 decades. Mobility and portability allow for both ubiquitous and asynchronous learning. Learning takes place wherever and whenever. This affords freedom to the students, thereby fostering self-regulated learning. Mobile devices also support a more personalized, student-centered learning, which provides particularly stable learning. Further strength lies in the connectivity and social interaction, which facilitates cumulative activities and collaborative tasks without requiring physical presence of all participants.
On this topic, the student's point of view on the effectivity of books and mobile devices for learning. So this time, we will be talking about on how it is effective on both sides.
Statement of the problem. Through this research, we would know the perspective or opinion of the students about the effectivity of books and mobile devices used as a learning tool for studying. We would also know if the books and mobile devices are effective as they use it for studying. The following questions will be the guide for us to accomplish our purpose for this research. Number 1. What are the respondents' experience in using books and mobile devices? We would like to know if the respondents have encountered bad or good experiences while using books and mobile devices. Number 2. What are the insights of participants toward usage of mobile devices and published books? We would like to know what are the participants' understanding of the usage of mobile devices and published books.
For the third research question, what are the insights of the participant towards usage of mobile devices and published books? This contains understanding when it comes to using mobile devices and books, their ideas, how would they be able to use this for their learning, like obtaining information, lessons. Next, third question. What are the problems being experienced in using books and mobile devices? There are also a lot of struggles in using these educational tools. These questions focuses on problems based on their experience when obtaining information in books and mobile devices. What are the issues and difficulties on occurring or looking for information, such as false information and other issues that they have encountered? And lastly, it can be also their distractions, like apps in mobile device can distract the students in obtaining knowledge and information. Those are the possible problems that the student might answer. And lastly, what are the advantage and disadvantage of books and mobile devices used for obtaining knowledge, for learning? In using these things, there can be also good effects and bad effects in using these educational tools. Students will answer this based on their experience. in obtaining knowledge, and not all knowledge can give us a good idea. It can also be harmful.
Here. The significance of the study focus on what are the purposes of this study, what it aims or targets, especially for the respondents and benefactors. The purpose of this study is to know how effective are the books and mobile devices when it comes to learning. Mostly, or most of us use mobile devices and books to acquire information and serves as guidelines for us and more. But in this study, it will determine what it brings to a student based on their experiences. So the result of this study guides to understand the effects of these educational tools for people in terms of learning and studying, and how it affects on oneself when it comes to obtaining information. Next. Next is the benefactors and respondents of this study. There will be students, parents, teachers, school administrators, and future researchers. The respondents of this study will be the students. The students will be in charge of answering the questions of this study and also for the upcoming questionnaires of the surveys. They will be the one who will answer the effectivity of books and mobile devices depends on their experiences when it comes to studying. They will also benefit the study to understand more about this topic. So the benefactors of this study will be also the parents, teachers, school administrators, and future researchers. Through this study, so first is parents. Through this study, the parents will know how these educational tools will affect their children, how beneficial it is to use regarding to their learning, to ensure what it offers to their children for their future purposes. Not just for their children, but especially for parents themselves. This study will help them to understand these educational tools, that they can also use this for their jobs and work as a guide. So that's it for the parents. Next is the teachers. The result of the study will also benefit the teachers to develop their knowledge, skills when it comes to using books and mobile devices. Students are not the only one who use books and mobile devices to study, but also the teachers as well. In order to instruct some lessons for the students. Next is school administrators. School administrators will be also part of the benefactors of this study. School administrators must know how books and mobile devices brings to a student, to see the development and improvement of each student in using these educational tools. Last but not the least, future researchers. Future researchers will always be part of the benefactors. The study may fulfill their need in acquiring information. Since the study is all about effectivity of books and mobile devices, they will know more about the benefits of the books and mobile devices so that they can use or find a good resources to improve their capabilities and apply it.
Good day everyone. My name is Jerens Malyari. Scope and delimitation are two elements of a research paper or a thesis. The scope of the study explains the extent of which the research area will be explored in the work and specifies the parameter within which the study will be operating. The limitations are the characteristics that limit the scope and describe the boundaries of the study, such as sample size, geographical location, or setting in which the study takes place, population traits, etc. The scope and delimitation explain the student point of view on effectivity of books and mobile devices. It explains the research area and the people that we will explore in this work. It also specifies the student's information and perspective in learning.
Scope and delimitation. This study will mainly identify and assess different factors that our research paper has about the effectivity of books and mobile devices when it comes in learning. Also, study if it really works or not to the students for this kind of learning system without having face-to-face because all of us are used to normal way of studying. This research paper focused on answer or opinion of specific participants in the specific area. It aimed to identify how effective in students the books and mobile devices, especially in studying. It will explore the topic and specifies the study. However, it is not possible to cover every aspect of this topic. So the scope and delimitation role is to narrow the target number of people and area that will be interviewed. It is the tools and methodologies of the researchers to collect data to carry out more thorough investigation. Also, this research paper inform the reader what information is included and explain why we chose this topic and information to study and investigate. The content of our scope and delimitation is the opinion of students in a chosen school this school year 2020-2021. The participants are overall 10. 2 in Mariveles, Limay, Orion, Pilar, and Balanga. This will be 1 junior high school and 1 senior high school students. We will be also focused on their gender, age, personality, and parents. We chose to interview students because they are the ones who have experience in this kind of topic and they can answer the question without hesitating. Our purpose is to know what experience and struggle they have using books and mobile devices. It simply explains how students handle or manage this type of learning system or method. And this is the explanation of scope and delimitation on how effective of books and mobile devices when it comes in learning.